normal situations.
Definitely much harder.
All right. So COVID happened. So it probably changed things with dating a little bit. Do you think it changed things for the better or for the worst?
I think for the better. I mean, there's more clarity around like if you actually want to be with someone or not. I think now people are more or less back to their original schedules of their social lives, but they're more discerning about who they spend their time with in case, God forbid, another pandemic hits.
That's very true. So, and you guys were together during the pandemic.
We were, yeah.
So that kind of like, probably even more sealed the deal because you really couldn't go places. You were spending a lot more time than you probably normally would have.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like if you're a couple that survived COVID, you could really survive anything.
Absolutely. So how has things changed since you guys moved in together?
Since we moved in together, I feel like not a lot has changed other than the fact that it's like a little bit more mundane in a nice way. Like we know that at the end of the night, we're spending it together. So there's nothing to worry about, but also then we have to make that extra effort to have a date night and things like that. So that's really the only way that it's changed.
I think it's important. I think those date nights I've always said that too. You have to, if you spend so much time with somebody, you still need to find time to have those date nights.
Totally.
So any advice for all the single people out there? What would you tell them?
I would say for the single people out there, again, like make sure you're doing something that makes you happy. And that's what's going to attract a partner. Like your happiness, your smiling, your radiance, you're not needing a partner, but wanting one is a huge difference. And also don't say no to anything. Like say yes to every date, say yes to every event, like put yourself out there.
Because if you're not out there, then you're not going to know. And get on all those dating apps. And the dating apps, speaking of the dating apps, which ones do you recommend?
I recommend Hinge and Bumble for sure.
Hinge and Bumble. Okay. So are you going to keep the podcast going forward? Is everything good? How is life going to change and evolve for you all? Once the wedding plans get situated and once you guys are married and moving forward, there's kids in the future, obviously. Will you continue to do the podcast? Will you continue to do what you're doing?
Definitely. I think the podcast will evolve as my life evolves. And that's what I love about having listeners from, way back when I started. Their lives are evolving too. So we're all kind of on the same track, which is nice.
I know everybody is so happy for you. It was so exciting to see everything unfold and your happiness and your faces, and you guys look so perfect together. And I wish you a lifetime of everything wonderful, and keep putting all this stuff out there on your podcast because I think it's so helpful for so many people.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Wendy.
So join me again after. So we don't have a date yet, right?
No, not just yet, but soon.
Okay, when you have a date and after you get back and after the honeymoon, come back again and share with us, that whole journey and advice. I'm sure you're going to be doing advice on wedding planning as well.
Yes.
COVID and post-COVID, all through COVID, with COVID and without COVID. Lindsey Metselaar, thank you so much. Her podcast is We Met At Acme. It's a great podcast. You can listen to her story here. You can also hear her story on her podcast, amongst so many other things. Come back again. Tell your sister I said hi. I love her too.
I will.
Great. She's so great.
Thanks, Wendy.
I'll be following your journey. Best of luck. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Thanks for joining me for this episode of What's Up with Wendy. If you love this episode, head over to iTunes or your favorite platform to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Please also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at What's Up with Wendy. And you can learn more about me and my podcast on my website, whatsupwithwendy.com. And remember, only you can make you happy.